Hey guys, Firestarter here, and I thought I would talk about how I think 2023 for the home arcades, kind of what the different companies need to do. Starting to see videos where people are starting to talk about how like maybe this is the end for Arcade One Up, and I just don't think that's the case. So let's talk about Arcade One Up. I think still offers they offer something that nobody else does. And it's the main reason that they are the biggest of the three. It's the reason that we are buying most of this is that we want that arcade feeling in our home, and they offer it. They offer it. They're really the only ones that do actually offer it because I Arcade and Atgames are multicades. Like you can art. I guess IR Arcade's a bit more of like an a la carte buy your games, but it's still technically just a multicade. And then you know, at games is the easiest way to be a multicade out of the three of them. But I still think that Arcade One Up offers something that nobody else is offering, and it's actually what people want the most. You can get a multicade from anywhere. I mean, now these are pretty affordable ways to make a multicade, but multicades have been around for a long time, so I don't think Arcade One Up is going anywhere, to be honest. Now, part of the argument was, yeah, maybe they did hurt their relationship with Walmart a little bit, the Sam's Club thing, but I don't know how much it honestly is going to hurt them. Even if it did hurt them to the point where they lost Walmart, I still think they've got Target, they've got Best Buy. You know, in Canada they have like the Brick, the Source. I'm not sure if you guys still have the Source in the US. You probably do. But they've got GameStop. They've made it through the worst of COVID. I mean, this company basically started just before COVID and is still here. That in itself is proof that people want this product. And people have complained about quality and different things and they're still here. So I think it's actually going to take a lot, sadly, for Arcade One Up to go away. And I say only sadly because there are issues. Every cabinet has issues, and they have different issues. So it's like they really need to become consistent. And I think it's not. I think they do need to improve, but I think they're so unique, and they give the customer exactly what these customers want, which is the nostalgia of having the arcade in your home. I mean, there's lots of people here that don't play all of their cabs. They're just part of the whole thing is going to your basement or wherever you have your cabs and just seeing them all on. Just being reminded of those young days of going to an arcade, seeing them all lit up. I mean, you have people that get um, the neon carpet and they make it look like a real arcade. People spend a lot of time on this hobby, and for that reason, unless somebody else comes along and starts doing what Arcade One does and does it better, I don't see them going anywhere. Did they maybe hurt the relationship a little bit? Possibly. But the way these companies operate, I don't think it's going to hurt the relationship quite the way people are thinking because they do clear these things out anyways. And I feel like they've clearly made enough money working with one Arcade One Up. And my understanding was it was supposedly Walmart that wanted a company to make these in the first place. If what I'm hearing from Console Kits is correct, because I'm pretty sure who I heard saying it was actually Walmart that wanted these arcades, the company to make these arcades at a reasonable price, 300, which totally 300, which totally goes But the whole idea of how Walmart came to be was to give stuff at a reasonable price to consumers. That's been their whole company mantra. So it kind of makes sense how when this company first came out, all they ever kept saying was, "Oh, we want to keep these cabs at like 300," and it makes a lot of sense for how this came to be. I mean, these cabinets came without risers, no marquee, no lit marquees. They were bare bones. And that's totally what a Walmart product is. It's always the bare bones. If you buy a TV from somewhere and then you go look at the Walmart one, it's usually $50 to $100 cheaper. But if you look into the specs, it's usually more bare bones product. It's usually got less features and it's made more for the average consumer. So I don't think they're going to lose Walmart. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're going to slowly improve their product. And I think they're going to be around for a very long time. I think, honestly. And if anything, I think it's the other two companies that have to do more, to be honest. I think Iircade either needs to go for modern games to distinguish themselves, to make them a company that's different, because that's the one thing that I feel Arcade 1UP has over the others. They are unique. They are very unique in what they're giving you. The other two are closer to being the same and more or less are the same idea. So Arcade, I think, going because they have better processor, they have a more powerful machine, they should go modern, and it will distinguish them and will give you a reason for their product. Because, like, they have the best machine, they have the best quality, the best wood, but the way that is set up, that's a loss leader. They're trying to make it up on the games. So you need to get more games that give people more of a reason to buy your product. And I think if you do that, you will actually carve like a piece of the pie that will only be basically be you. Like you'll be able to say, well, we have these games that no one else has. We can run these games. And I think that would really help that company. At Games, I'm really debating what they should do. They seem to be coming out with more of the pinball stuff. They seem to have a better second half to 2022. They probably still need to just keep doing that. I don't know if they'll ever come out with another cab design. Maybe that could help, like just making a better looking cab could almost help people want to buy it more, because right now it's a pretty generic looking cab, I'd say. But I almost wonder if they should push their pinball more. I think they could really make themselves kind of unique when it comes to, being more the pinball leader of this, not because real pinball machines are super expensive, but if you give people cheaper versions to be able to play these pinball games, I think you'll carve out a niche for yourself as well. And I think that's the way they should go, to be honest, because people are going to buy your cab, they're probably going to put coin ops or whatever on it, but I don't know what else you can do to really, unless you start making like nostalgia cabs, but I don't know if that's what you guys are looking to do. I think the pinball could be a very good way for you guys to really push to be the leaders in that way. And that's how I think all three companies should operate. Like, I think At Games should try to be like the leader in pinball. Iircade should try to be the leader in more modern games. I mean, you could still have the classics. People will still buy your stuff. But if you really want to make a name for yourself and make a reason to buy your machine, because you can play a lot of those other machines many other ways, I think going after modern titles that people want will help your company. And then Arcade One Up, they just need to um, improve the cabs and improve quality if they can. But I think they're already unique in what they offer you, that you kind of almost have to accept that they're not always going to get it right, and you don't really have options. And I think that's the only reason uh they can keep doing what they're doing. But I think it's starting to affect people. I think people are getting a bit tired of it. I think they need to do some improvements. But I think that's how I see all three companies. Like, I don't see Arcade One Up going anywhere. If anything, I think they're the least the least at risk, in my opinion. I think the other two need to do more to make themselves unique, because I think Arcade One Up is honestly already unique. So I thought I'd talk about that. I thought it was kind of interesting. I do think, I don't know how much they hurt the relationship when Arcade One Up, but I just don't think they're going anywhere. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Firestar out. Hit the like and subscribe. Helps the channel do all that good YouTube stuff. See you later. Bye.